Hey guys, welcome back to Ladylike. I have a special guest hosting with me tonight, Chloe Carpenter.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited you're here. It's been a couple of weeks since we first talked to you. How's the internship going?
It's going. I'm doing some business over here. I think I'm doing a pretty okay job, so.
Oh, good. I'm glad. We have an exciting lineup tonight. We have Olivia from Liberty ILO. We have Robin Hickerson from Texarkana, Arkansas School District. I think it's TASD. And then we also have the Pleasant Grove drill team. The officers.
Yep.
Yes, we've got 3 of them here, so that'll be fun. Make sure you send in recommendations for local females in business in Texarkana or local female athletes. Even college athletes that are originally from the Texarkana area would be great. Anything else you think? No? So
Nope.
what have you been up to since I've seen you?
I guess the most interesting thing I can think of is I took a family vacation to New Orleans, specifically for my dad for Father's Day, because it is, or was since he did it, his lifetime dream to go to the World War II Museum. And so basically the whole trip was for him, Father's Day thing, and then kind of took some tours, went to the aquarium, ate some good food.
Awesome.
Good
There's
trip.
so much good food down there.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to get in, though.
Oh, I bet.
The good places, you got to wait about an hour and a half.
Wow. That's a long
yeah.
time. I always think about, when I'm thinking about New Orleans, just Bourbon Street or like the food. That's really the main attractions there.
Yeah. And the people.
Yeah. There's always an
Interesting.
interesting crowd. I didn't realize your dad was such a history buff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Got you. Well, I'm glad y'all got to do it for Father's Day then.
Yep.
I haven't been up to anything really too exciting. I did do a girls' trip in Dallas this weekend, so that was really fun. We ate good food, drank good wine, and just kind of relaxed. So that was a good time.
Yeah, and my friends and I are taking a trip to Los Pinos Vineyards, is what I think it's called.
How fun.
In Pittsburgh. I've seen a lot of people posting on Instagram, so we were like, oh, we have to go do this. So that's what we're going to do. Kind of not a super long trip, super fun. So that's what we're doing this week.
That's awesome. I have heard really good things about that winery. I hear they have really good charcuterie boards with the wines. That should be really fun. And then Wednesday night is ladies' night on the range at Northridge with Sam. You've got to get out there for that
I know.
sometime.
Now that I know about that, I might go.
Yeah, you got to bring the younger crowd for us.
I'll tell all my friends.
Ah, perfect. Well, I guess we will take a commercial break, and then we'll be back with Olivia from Liberty ILO. We are back with Olivia. She is from Liberty ILO, and I would love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Olivia Orand. I am an upcoming senior at Liberty ILO. I dabble, or I guess I would say dabble in choir, theater, and tennis, and a few of our clubs that we have around school. And that's about it.
That's awesome. Well, her teacher for theater actually recommended her and spoke so highly of her. So I'm really excited to have you on.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be on.
She was telling me before we came on set that she is pretty equally interested in all of her extracurricular activities.
Yes, ma'am. I do a little bit more in theater, especially this year, such as like OAP. We did a 4-person show this year, and I had we were all equally, like, it was an ensemble show, but it was something that I was really into this year. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. What was the play or theater show about?
It was called Doubt. It's about nuns and a priest, actually.
Okay.
So it was a little bit of a funny concept, but it was also serious. It was one of those things that really opens you up to the lives of other people, I would say. So it was quite interesting.
That's awesome. And then what about tennis? What time of the year do you do that?
Okay, well, actually, I'm pretty new to tennis.
Okay.
But we do stuff year-round, and I'm trying to catch up with everyone, so I'm taking, like, private lessons throughout the summer. So, but I'm still playing with a few friends. We just catch up and go play at the tennis courts.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the fact that you're able to balance all these activities is just so impressive to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It's a difficult concept, but at the same time, I kind of realized that there's never going to be a perfect moment. You just have to kind of get through with it. Even though I'm a really big procrastinator,
Can't relate.
No, I mean, there's been times I stayed up till 5 a.m. finishing art projects that are due that day.
Yep.
It's a bad habit, but I've learned to work well under pressure. And that just kind of made me realize there's never going to be a perfect moment. No matter what you do or what you're looking forward to, you just kind of have to get it done.
That's very true. The circumstances are never perfect either, or rarely.
Very rarely.
Yeah. So you've had some health problems too that you've had to kind of battle?
Yes, ma'am. I had a little bit of issues with my heart. We kind of came to the realization that having a resting heart rate of 120 is not normal.
Definitely
but
not.
We didn't really know that. Thanks to my Apple Watch, I kind of can monitor it and see that, yeah,
Wow.
it's not normal, but
No.
it's been one of those things that you just have to kind of go around, but at the same time, it's shown me like what I'm capable of. I mean, there's been days that I don't go to school. I only go to school for first period, which was theater. So, Miss Chambers, be proud. Please.
If you skipped everything, you didn't skip Miss Chambers' class.
Exactly. I skipped college algebra, trig, all the other stuff just to go to theater. That's it.
Have to have priorities.
Oh, it's my top priority.
Do you think that you'll pursue that at a college level?
I would like to. Whether I minor in it or do a double major, I would really love to.
That's awesome.
Do you have any idea like where you want to go or like?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I really want to go to Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Okay.
I am extremely excited.
Do they have a really good theater program, or
They
what
do.
interests you there?
Yes, ma'am. They do have a really nice theater program, but they also have a media arts program,
Okay.
and that's what I'm looking at going into. So
Okay. So would you do like marketing and things like that with that, or?
probably marketing and journalism.
Okay.
That's what I've really wanted to go into.
How cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you doing this summer?
I am working pretty much all the time. Today was my one day off. I'm a lifeguard at Holiday Springs. So that's pretty much all I've been doing, and a few vacations.
That's awesome. I feel like you probably came by your work ethic naturally because your mom is a businesswoman as well.
Yes, ma'am. She has 2 businesses here in Texarkana,
Okay.
and I look up to her a lot. I love her to death, like more than anything. So she owns her 2 businesses, and I mainly look up to her because she has no college. She didn't go to college, and it made me realize that anyone can do anything. You know, you don't really have to go to college, even if that is the path I want to take. I know that all things are capable.
Absolutely. And your work ethic has so much to do with your success.
Yes, ma'am.
So what 2 businesses does your mom have here?
She owns the Lunchbox on Robinson Road.
Oh.
So good.
And
we know about that.
Yes,
she also just opened up another business called Susie Q's on 7th Street. It's
Okay.
like a bakery and casserole thing that she has going on.
That's awesome. So you could get meals to go then.
Yes, ma'am. It's just
Okay.
like take-home meals that you can pick up and pop in the oven or the microwave if you want to.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. If it's anything like the Lunchbox, I'll be
Yeah.
sold.
It's all the same.
Wow. Yeah, she's super talented. Does she do the cooking and all too, or just kind of manage the business now?
She kind of figures out like the correct recipe that she wants to do and then hands it off to someone, and she has like a team that does it between both the Lunchbox and Susie Q's.
That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm surprised you haven't gone to work there.
Yeah.
I actually do work there some.
Oh my goodness, you're so busy.
I worked there a couple of summers ago, and at the Lunchbox at least, and every once in a while she'll call me into Susie Q's to help around. actually my sister's helping right now, so she keeps us busy.
That's good, though. She's teaching y'all lots of important things.
Yes, ma'am. She definitely is.
Yeah, seemed like it's definitely worked for you.
Yes, ma'am. I would say so.
Did you have anything else you wanted to ask her, Chloe?
You mentioned she was at the top of her class.
Oh,
Is that
yes?
Yeah. On
That's
top of
important.
everything else, that's pretty awesome.
I don't like talking about it much, but I'm trying my best to maintain it. I've jumped up a little bit, but right now I'm just trying to keep it the same for as long as I can.
Good mindset to have.
It definitely is. Well, I can't wait to see what you do your senior year.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, we'll take a commercial break and we'll be back with Robin.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Hey guys, we are back with Robin Hickerson, and she was so gracious, so wonderful just to come on the show tonight. I admire Robin. I've talked about her on here before from when we visited her cabin. So I just think she's awesome.
Well, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here and excited to talk with you.
Yes, absolutely. So you have your doctorate in education, correct?
Educational leadership.
Educational leadership, okay. And then you work for
Texarkana, Arkansas Schools.
Okay, perfect. And what is your role there?
I'm assistant superintendent.
Okay.
I oversee HR and curriculum and instruction. I'm actually, this Thursday, I will begin my 33rd year in education. Yes.
So-
My 27th in Arkansas.
Wow. Prior to being in administration, did you teach or?
Yes, for 6 years. I actually taught on the Texas side.
Okay. Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Very impressive. What's your favorite thing about your job?
Oh my goodness. I love teaching. That's my great love, I always say, and I've had an opportunity to rediscover that because I'm actually teaching a class at Texas A&M.
Oh, awesome.
This will be my third time to do that. So it helps me with that part that I truly, truly love to teach and pass along my experiences and knowledge to other people. You know, I really enjoyed being a principal. Probably my favorite job ever was middle school principal. I love middle school kids. And it was a difficult transition. This is my 9th year in central office, and making that move from a campus to the office was quite a challenge. But the more I learned about HR and the human resource part of it and putting the right teacher on the right campus with the right kids, that's what it's all about. And it's very rewarding when you get to see teachers just grow and learn professionally and pass that along to the kids, and it just makes school better for everybody.
Yeah.
So I love my job.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
So what led you to pursue getting your doctorate? Was it career-based or?
You know, my dad, it was really a dream that my dad had for me. And,
Oh, wow.
He passed away 10 years ago this week. And it was something that I kind of put on the back burner, and I just thought, you know, I'm older and I really want to enjoy life. I met my husband late in life. We just celebrated 8 years of being married, and I thought, I don't want to give up my time, you know, travel time and my time with him and all of that. And then my boss, Dr. Becky Kessler, really encouraged me to do it when the opportunity came along locally. I was in the first cohort here at Texas A&M, and she just said, Robin, you need to do it. And I just, did, and immediately made friends with a group of ladies, and we just made a pact that we were going to finish. And it really changed me as a person. I know people think, oh, it's just, all it does is say you can start something and finish it. But there's so much more to it than that. I really learned, I've always been kind of a gut instinct person, and my gut's telling me to do something, then that's the right thing. Doing this research kind of helped me think in terms of, what are the data saying?
Yeah.
What's the research telling me? And now I always try to back up my gut instincts with the facts, and I think that just has made my thinking deeper, and it's caused me to look at problems differently and solutions differently.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about what you focused on when you were finishing your doctorate.
I focused on workplace bullying and job satisfaction. And I actually watched your program, I think it was last week, and Gracie was on here, and she talked about her platform in the pageant world being bullying. And I thought, so many people think that it only happens to kids, but it actually happens to adults as well, and it can be a very serious issue, and it's often overlooked, and there often are not policies in place to protect the victims or the targets. And it can just be detrimental to a person and to an organization when your culture allows that to go on in the workplace.
Absolutely. And I think oftentimes it only takes one bully to really affect the entire workplace.
It's so interesting because one of the theories I looked at was collective behavior theory, and you've probably seen that video of the lone dancer, and one person just goes out there and they dance and dance, and next thing you know, somebody jumps in and starts dancing with them, and then everybody's dancing, but nobody really knows why. And it's kind of that mindset that when something becomes the thing to do, then everybody engages in it. And so I looked into, if you're in an environment in which bullying is occurring, will it make you change and become a bully yourself?
Yeah.
And actually, I did not find a correlation there.
Well, that's wonderful.
I did find a correlation with job satisfaction, and many times people leave. The data will tell you that 71% of the time there's an unfavorable outcome for the target or the victim, and so many times the perpetrator goes unpunished, or they sometimes even move up in the organization. And so it's really an interesting dynamic that can have a tremendous impact on your work environment.
Absolutely. Do you have any tips that you share to kind of prevent that atmosphere at work, or to not be that bully?
What really started me down this trail was a quote I read in a book, and Maya Angelou said it, that most of the cruelties in the world are motivated by fear. Yeah. And I think if you have a workplace environment in which fear thrives, and there's not a collaborative atmosphere in which people work together and respect each other, then it can be a haven for workplace bullying. And really, my recommendations at the end of my research were just to have a zero tolerance for it in the workplace. Even little simple things like eye rolling and leaving people out of conversations, that letting the rumor mill run wild and things like that. They can be very hurtful and turn into physical illnesses and emotional illnesses for people who are victims, and you just can't tolerate it. And your policies need to protect those victims, and you just need to put a stop to it.
Yeah, and I think so many people are afraid to reach out to administration when they're being bullied for fear that there will be retaliation from, who's bullying them.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And that's where the fear comes in as well. There's fear on the part of the victim. And, this is another interesting thing. You might think that it's from supervisor to subordinate, but most of it is lateral. It's employee to employee.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's professional jealousy and fear.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
It's sad, but there's so much you can do as, just an individual to not tolerate it from other coworkers and not engage in it yourself.
And the bystanders, that's a big piece of it. If they are willing to take a stand and defend the person or not engage in that type of conduct, oftentimes that can stop it right there.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
Instead of just kind of being a passive bully.
Right.
Because you really are if you're going along with it.
If you're not speaking up, then you're a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, other than your career and your education, you also have your rental up at the Caddo. What else are you into?
Well, my parents really raised me to love this community, and I love to give back, and I do quite a bit of volunteer work and serve on some boards. I'm very proud of my community service and that I am afforded the opportunity to be involved in the community and to give back. I serve on the airport authority, and there are so many exciting things coming with the Texarkana Regional Airport coming soon. I serve on the Scholars Board with Chiquita Burks and Rhonda Dolberry. You should definitely have them on your show.
Okay.
They are just empowering young people all over this community and making a difference, and I really enjoy those two things. We love to travel with our friends, and my mom is the owner or operates the 1894 Gallery downtown.
Yes.
And, I have a love for the arts because my mom really instilled that in my sister and me. And she's a retired teacher, and my sister's a teacher, so we love education, and it's not really a job. It's more like a hobby to us, too.
That's great. And then you also have a blog that you're doing, right? Is that right?
I have a toe in the water.
Well, tell us about it.
With our mutual friend, Dr. Casey Coggin. It's just kind of, we talked a little bit about just providing some advice to people who are working on their doctoral degrees and trying to help them find balance in the midst of all that. Casey's study was on mindfulness, and just to remind people to be mindful of what's going on in the moment and taking care of their physical and emotional health and eating properly and exercising and remembering, that your life does not have to stop completely. You do have to give things up and you do have to manage your time, but you don't have to stop living and going to your kids' ball games. And goodness, Casey ran a marathon and had a baby in the midst of writing her dissertation.
Yep.
She's another one you need to have on the show.
We do.
She's an incredible young woman, and she inspires me daily. And
She
this
does
is
me
kind of
too.
her brainchild, the blog, and she pulls me along, and we've written a few posts and plan to do more in the future.
Well, how could the viewers follow y'all's blog?
I think it's called The Sixth Chapter.
I think that's right.
Yes, The Sixth Chapter, and if you Google that, it should pop up.
Perfect. Well, I know there'll be some future doctorate degrees that want to check that out.
Yeah.
And it would definitely be beneficial for anybody. We all need some balance in our lives.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask, Chloe?
Can't think of anything.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll take another commercial break, and then we'll be back with the Pleasant Grove Drill Team officers.
All right. Thank you.
Right now at all Greg Orr Auto Collection locations in Texarkana. Shop from your phone, online, or in person, and make no payments up to 120 days with record low interest rates, drastic price reductions, and huge incentives on our vast and pristine selection. Plus, for sales or service, we will even pick up and deliver your vehicle to you. For all the money-saving details, please visit gregorauto.com. That's gregorauto.com.
with 3 of the 6 of the new Pleasant Grove Showstopper officers. And if you guys want to just, like, introduce yourself, left to right.
Okay. Left to right.
Yep, that's you.
Oh, hi, I'm Skylar.
I'm Landry, and I'm the captain.
I'm Tori, and I'm a senior lieutenant.
Okay, so you guys just, I guess, a month or so ago got back from officer camp.
Yes.
Tell us how that went.
Oh, officer camp, it's a full 2 days and then half of another day. And the first 2 days, you start at like 8:30 in the morning, like pretty early. And you start with like a bunch of dance sessions where you just kind of learn different dances that you can use at like pep rallies or like for officer dances. And then mixed in between those, you kind of have like leadership sessions where you kind of know what to do, like team building and how to clean a dance and stuff like that. And so you do that for 2 days. And then actually at the end of every night, you do creative choreography. So you have they give you like 4 songs to pick from, and you kind of pick as a group, and then you have like 2 hours of the first 2 nights to come up with a dance. And since COVID this year, we actually got like kicked out of the ballrooms at 11. And years past, you normally stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
You don't go to bed.
Yeah.
Like so that was that. And then we did perform a home routine that we did, and then at the end we performed our creative choreography and got evaluated on that, and then we had awards, and that was the end of that. It was pretty long and tough, but I think we all grew a lot mentally and physically.
We definitely grew a lot closer.
Yeah,
I
that's
would say.
usually kind of how I've noticed
how
that
that
goes.
goes.
Like you
Yeah.
spend like a week in a hotel room with your new officer.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
And then after that, at the end of July, we kind of move into team camp.
Yes, we start at the end of July with pre-camp, which is just a chance for all of our new people to come in and get to know the team and get to know some of our traditional things that we do, like our stand dances and the fight song and all of that. And then we move into line camp the week after, which is where we have a company come in and teach us 4, 5, 6 dances in like 4 days. And it gives the team a chance to grow. And we learn all of our dances that we're going to use for like pep rallies and football games. And
Yeah. So how many are there on the team this year?
I believe there's 35.
34, 35.
34, 35,
So it's
including
getting
our
bigger.
It
Yes,
is.
it
It's
is.
getting
When
bigger.
I was
Surely.
on my like first year, there was 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's the 14
Yeah, we have
sophomores.
14.
Yeah,
14
okay.
correct.
That makes sense.
That's
Yes.
the
But
big one.
so last year was a weird year.
Yes.
Kind of like what was different about that compared to like a normal year?
I would definitely say it was a lot harder with breathing wise, because we had to dance in
Oh,
a
yeah.
mask, and kick dances are not the easiest thing to do with a mask on. So it was weird. But we just had fun with it. We didn't really. I would say we weren't like, I can't stand these dancing, which really we all were, but
We were just glad we had
Just
the
like
opportunity.
glad that we were able to
And
dance once
that's
again.
what I was worried about.
Like, our
Like,
school was really good
Yeah.
about like letting us do things even
Yeah.
if it was in a different way, which was nice.
still making it work somehow.
Yes,
Yeah.
even
And-
if it was
it was
different.
It was definitely different.
Yeah. Well, I was sad I got to miss, had to miss spring show.
Yeah, it was. But spring show was really fun.
Was
this
that kind of
year.
normal? Because like,
Oh yeah,
it was like,
really normal.
yeah, okay.
And it
good.
was one thing that was kind of different about it, which didn't have anything to do with COVID. We had a bunch of weeks on the stage before spring show, which I feel like in years
Yeah.
past we haven't really had.
Yeah.
And we ran the show like so many times before, so I felt really prepared going into it, which was
That's
nice
good.
because I was kind of nervous.
Yeah.
I feel
being on
like
stage.
Christy did that just so we can get the newbies and my class who never got the spring show due to
Yeah.
COVID. I feel like she was just like, you know what, we're going to talk with Sutton and plan out dates.
Make something work.
Yeah, because she had a lot of new girls that never did anything, like never even done the spring show, because my year I didn't get to. So it was fun, I did get to share spring show with the freshmen, which was fun. I was just like, hey.
At least we're getting to do it.
Yes. I was so glad that we all got to do it together.
Can y'all tell me what spring show is?
I feel like we're not all Jill seniors.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay, so Spring show is the big production that we put on at the end of the year, and we use all of our competition dances, and it has this big theme. Like this past year, what was the theme?
Road tripping.
Road tripping. Yes.
Okay.
And so all of our dances pertain to the theme, and we learned a tap dance, we did a hip hop, we did, I think, 3 officer dances, 3 competition dances, and then we did, at the end, our traditional kick dance to Mag 7, which has been done every year for a long time.
Okay.
Mom's gonna get mad that I don't know the exact year.
I was gonna say it's like the last third.
If I had to guess, maybe less than, definitely less than 35.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this past year Holly said it was 30, so I think
sounds-
this year will be 31 years.
Sounds
of
like a
doing it.
good guess.
Yeah.
I couldn't really hear because we were all crying in the backstage, so we were just
Yeah.
we didn't know what year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
So
listening.
next year, do you have any different fun things planned
Right now we don't really have anything super
that you
set.
can reveal?
We don't have anything set in stone yet. I mean, we have our football season, and then we'll kind of move into competition season. We have some competitions planned, maybe some other fun things, and then spring show, just as normal. But don't think anything I can reveal right now. I know, I love to know secrets too.
Yes.
So, I don't know. What are y'all's plans for this summer? Like, are y'all working on drill team stuff this summer, or y'all just wait until line camp?
We're waiting until line camp.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be in the studio, just kind of getting
Yeah,
ready,
yeah.
get my body back ready. But other than that, that's about it.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've been in my mom's garage dancing, just working on my technique. I mean,
Always
for
trying to
hours.
improve.
Always trying, which really that's the big thing, because you want to show how much you improve when you first go into August until May as spring show. There's a lot of improvement.
So, okay, one more thing that y'all at competition, y'all went to nationals.
Yes.
National kick or pom?
Kick.
Kick
Champions.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, very big deal. It was
Yeah.
it was a cool experience going to nationals, although it was kind of different because normally it's in the UNT
Yes.
stadium,
Oh,
but this
yeah.
year it was in where was it?
It was in a small gym.
It was
Men's
maybe
somewhere.
Somewhere in
I know they were
Somewhere in
Panthers.
Dallas.
No, it was crazy because all the Dallas teams are there, and they're so good. So watching them dance, it's I have to
very
go up after
intimidating.
that. But I think we did really good.
But it kind of makes you
want to work
harder
Yeah.
because you're competing. It's not like a 4A, 5A thing.
No.
It's you guys against Rockwall
the
High School.
teams that have all this
All
money
the
that they
same
can put
size.
into
Yeah.
their dances.
Yeah.
I just remember us going out in the hall and then seeing jungle people, people in giraffes, zebras and lions, and it was just so funny. We're like, hold on, when can we do that? I want to do that. It was just funny.
It's really cool to get to see the bigger and better things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See what the other teams have to offer and what they do that's so different from us because they get to put on so much more productions and stuff.
Yeah.
Where sometimes we're kind of limited in that.
You don't need that kind
No, we don't.
You don't.
Because this year we did a Vegas showgirl
Yes,
band dance, and that was
Pink
so
and
much
purple
fun and getting to
fans.
do that. So I felt
That was cute.
it was.
I loved that one.
That was my favorite.
So do any of you 3 plan to pursue this in college, or
I
what's the goal?
kind of do. I kind of want to do Broadway one day.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that takes a lot of dancing and
Oh, yeah.
acting.
Sorry to interrupt you. But I have to bring this up. Our theater won state, and she's
Wow.
She is a
part
part
of
of
it. So
that. So she does both.
have to brag on the Pleasant Grove for a little
Yeah,
second.
I'm not gonna lie. I spent 12 hours each day at the high school.
Wow.
I would go to school for regular school, and then after school, 2:50 till 5 with showstoppers, and then have an hour break for dinner, and then back to theater 6 to 9.
That's incredible.
Paid off.
It did pay off because we were all just so happy and it was just a really great success for us.
it was a really big deal for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Best theater department in the state.
Yeah, we are the best theater department in the state of Texas.
What about you two? You plan on continuing in college?
No, I don't. I want to stay here and major in nursing, and then maybe
awesome.
eventually become a nurse practitioner somewhere in that field. That's kind of what interests me.
I'm a nurse, so
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So I respect that for sure. What about you?
I don't plan to pursue it in college either. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. I either want to get a nursing degree or a degree in criminal justice.
Awesome. You know, you can do criminal justice nursing too. Maybe not here, but other places.
I was
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you definitely can. That's something to look into.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Well, thank y'all for
you for
having
It's
us.
fun getting to talk to y'all.
Maybe next year I can come to spring show, see what it's all about.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want
Okay.
to? Do you want to be at one of the dances? We can put you in a kick line.
I'm gonna stick to nursing. I don't think I'm gonna be out there dancing, but I appreciate it. I'll come cheer.
Sounds good.
Did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to add?
I don't think so, but thank y'all for having us.
Absolutely. We're glad you came on. Well, we will see y'all next week.